Tony Stark and Emma Frost reunite for one more adventure, but will things turn out in their favor? Let's talk about that in this video. Hello, everyone. Dan here from the Next Tissue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Iron and Frost. Number one, this is a new book from Marvel Comics from the Age of Revelations. This book is written by Kevin Scott with art by pencils by Avery Coleman. We have inks by Coleman and Roberto Poggi, colors by Yin Nitro, and letters by Joe Sabino. Very cool cover, main cover by Dustin Weaver and Ryan Brown as well. Let's talk about this book. I am very excited about bringing these two characters back together. I love everything that happened with in the Iron Man book, and then at the end of Krakoa, where both Emma and Tony were pretty much like, I mean, they got married, so like they were very very close. And even though it all started as kind of like this business partnership to make sure that they could both reach their goals. I just love the dynamic of both of those characters, and this book, that's what was really appealing to this book. Now, I have talked, and I'll put a link in for my other video where I talked about how I feel about the state of the X-Men books. But as I mentioned, I was going to be checking out all the new number ones to see which ones I find that should be worth reading, and I think this one is right up my alley. In this book, X years later, after 3K's devastating terrorist attacks cost Tony Stark and Emma Frost everything, the Heartless Queen returns to what remains of her past. Secrets hide in the ruins of New York. The HELLFIRE Club has a dangerous new leader. This book, you can follow along. We have Iron Man, Emma Frost, War Machine, Firestar, and Marrow. And this one was immediately from the get-go. Kevin Scott drops us into the middle of this gigantic fight. I will say, you don't really need to have read anything outside of like maybe that Age of Revelation one shot that explains what the heck is going on. But even then, it doesn't explain everything that's going on. But Kevin Scott does a really good job at bringing you into the fold and making it so that you don't feel completely out of place. But even if you feel out of place, there's so many cool things happening, big battles, people dying left and right, characters just maybe using their powers in very unusual ways. And then, of course, because you have some of the mutants that have gone over to the side from Revelation, you have these heroes fighting heroes and friends fighting each other and taking each other out. And, it's just this one is just a ball of fun when it comes to like the shenanigans that ensue. Uh, our team does such a good job at capturing the chaos of this battle. They really focus in on, there's some characters that are just like, it feels like they're just being evil for evil's sake, and you kind of see that. You kind of see that in their facial expressions, which is really interesting. And yeah, the dynamic between Emma Frost and Anthony Stark is still there, but it's so different now because of everything that's going on, everything that happens to Emma, and also a big surprise about what happens to Iron Man. You might see a little bit of a spoiler in one of the variant covers. I saw that one of the covers kind of showed what they had done with Iron Man, but you have to read the story to understand how he got there. So speaking of the variant covers, let's go check them out. We do have a few. I think we have about 5. As I mentioned, this is the main cover by Ryan Brown. Although the book, or at least the previews, credit a different artist, Dustin Weaver, which is why I might have said that at the beginning of the video. This is the Rod Reese cover with Iron Man. Once you read the book, you'll understand completely what the heck is going on here. But I don't want to give out too many spoilers, so I'll just leave it at that. This is a 1 in 25 Rod Reese cover. This is a very cool Francesco Mobili Revelation variant. I just love all the imagery of Emma's heart being like this diamond form, and even her having the hole in her chest. If you watch Bleach, like that's a big thing about some of their villains, the hollows. We have this Ricky Yagawa, who is doing almost variants for all these books. I just talked about that as well. If you watch the other video about the Unbreakable X-Men and some of the videos from the previous week. And then we have this Yasmin Putri Emma Frost, I think this might be my favorite. You get the, Emma in her diamond form. You get the reactor as symbolizing Tony's heart. Yeah, very cool. So hopefully I can find that one at my shop. I was trying to be very stern about not picking some of these up, but Jasmine Putri is one of my favorite cover artists. So all that being said, let me know. Did you pick up this book? What do you think of the relationship between Iron Man and Emma Frost? What did you think of this book overall? Did you pick up any cool covers, any variants? And as always, make sure to stay tuned because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.